With Andor Season 2 and the show of Andor concluded, I think it's time to talk about whether or not Star Wars should make more shows like Andor, or should they stay with the current format that they use for all the other shows, which over the course of Andor, over the weeks of Andor being released and coming out, people really like the style of Andor. They do. Yes, there's people that don't like it, but for the most part, most of the fandom loves Andor and loves the style, loves maturity, just loves how everything is just presented in the show. But the thing is, it's only a limited time thing, because Andor is not a multi-season show. The show's finished, and there's no other shows like it. All we have next up is Ahsoka Season 2. And people are not looking forward to it because it's just going to be the same cameo fest and just random stuff that means nothing. That's what people say. That's not me saying it. That's what other people say. People are like, oh, there's a meme of like Andor covering mature themes and topics, while Ahsoka is riding a giant wolf because F it, that looks cool. That's not wrong, but I think what makes Star Wars so special is that there's diversity, and I love that with all these shows, they're all different in their own way. There's no style, whether it be, with Ahsoka, it's a cameo fest show where all recognizable characters, all recognizable locations, whether it be in live action, animation, all of it is in this show. And whether you like it or not, that's just what the show is. And you don't like it, then don't watch it then. If you like Andor, then watch Andor. Or watch other movies and shows that are like Andor outside the Star Wars universe. Because there are other movies and shows that are like Andor that aren't part of Star Wars. I would like another show to be like Andor, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. Because it's just from what Tony Gilroy said, is that this show seems like a pain in the ass to make. And I don't think Lucasfilm wants to spend, $750 million or $600 million on another project like Andor. They already did it already. Why do it again? It's there for you to watch. Just like with Ahsoka. Ahsoka is a cameo fest show. I don't think there's any other show that really hones in on cameos as much as Ahsoka. Yeah, Mandalorian sometimes a little bit does cameos and that sort of thing, but Ahsoka really leans into cameos. And all the rumors of Season 2 with Admiral Akbar, Luke showing up, you have all these, the Mortis gods. I think they're really leaning into the cameos for next season, and, the familiar stuff. With Andor, it was not familiar, it was brand new, it was fresh. But that's not going to be the case forever, because if the new shows were like Andor, then people will get tired of it. Because there are people that don't like the style of Andor, they don't like slow burn shows. And if every show, like if they would have turned Ahsoka or The Mandalorian, or if they would do another season of Skeleton Crew, and all three of those shows for whether next season were slow burners and completely different from the original season for each individual show, then not only would that be a turn off for people who like those shows. Like imagine Skeleton Crew, but in the style of Andor, where it gets very, very mature, and it's a slow burn, where every episode's like an hour long, and I think that would ruin the show, and it's hypothetical. And so not every show can be like Andor, and it shouldn't be, because not everything should be like Andor, because diversity is key. And like I said, if everything was like Andor, then it would get stale. Because the reason why people like the show so much is because it's brand new, it's fresh. The idea of having a slow burn show like this in Star Wars, it's a brand new, it's fresh. And I don't want that to be ruined. I want the novelty to stay there. I'd rather have Andor be its own special thing that, is just not replicated again. Because I'd rather have it not replicated. Because if they do replicate it, then it's gonna just be a disaster. It's not gonna be fresh and new anymore. It's gonna be repetitive, like the current state of Star Wars shows, where they're doing the same formula, the Mandalorian formula. But Andor is not the current style they should be going for. Like Star Wars shows need to create a new formula that isn't like what the Mandalorian season 3 did, where it's just a bunch of cameos and it's just relying on past stuff. And same with Ahsoka, but only time will tell, because with the future shows, who knows? There's always can be a turnaround. Andor has influenced the other Star Wars shows in the past, like with season 1 it did. So maybe with season 2 it can also influence the new shows or new seasons as well. So I'm gonna end it there. If you guys enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna go now. So goodbye, everyone.